Howdy everybody, my name is Captain Unicus and welcome to a new series on the channel. This is Doki Literature Club. I'm gonna be honest, this game threw everybody for some loops when it first came out. When did it come out? Like 2017? I vividly remember Jacksepticeye playing this like while I was in high school. So I figured it's been a long time since I've seen anything on it. What I do have is I have a couple of tabs open for Windows files, because if I remember correctly, you want to play this game with the game files open. So I've got the characters tab and just the regular tab open. So we're gonna see how this goes. Like I said, I haven't done this in forever, so this is gonna be interesting. What's her name? Captain Yeeticus. Or I'll just go Captain Yeet. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air as like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, and my neighbor, a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friends you'd never see yourself making today. But this kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together, and on days like this, that's starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. She's going to chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Hey, I overslept again. I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. I had to go and say, you say like you're thinking of ignoring me. That's mean, Captain E. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking that we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to be mean, even if you want me to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Captain Yeet, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. Unless they have a Yu-Gi-Oh club that I'm all in. Like, seriously, if you get me with my Dark Magician deck or my Blue Eyes deck in there, I swear I will come in and I will clean house. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible I did, and many conversations where I just didn't go along with whatever she's going on about. Sorry to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content, just getting by on average while I was spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried about learning how to socialize and having skills in college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. You do realize I have a job. I deliver pizzas. Not only that, but I have online friends I talk to on a daily basis. Why are you like this? And I know you're happy now, but if I die and thought of you becoming neat in a few years because you're nice to the rework. Excuse me? You think I would have the audacity to become a neat? I mean, you're right, but... You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I Because seeing her worried so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School days is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After collecting my things, I start blinking at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I just want to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the class while I was spacing out. Okay. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the class, but I saw you sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought I might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the vice president who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Atsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning to as planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Some of the writing in this is, I'm gonna be honest, it's a little cringe. Then again, it's a visual novel. Like, as an author, it's not my preferred style of writing. Especially the way Sayori talks. But it's got its own little charm to it. Especially with one line is like this, like, and thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I don't even know what to say. I guess press on. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being genuinely used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Captain Eutychus, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I'm pretty sure Sayori is like 12. My character, if I'm correct, is like a second year. Which in Japan, well, in Japan you start. I believe there's only like 3 years of high school. First, second, and third year. Which is the highest year. The first year, you're technically 16. First year, I believe you're 16. Second year, you're 17. And third year, 18, generally. So I can see Yuri being a third year. Monica being a second year. Natsuki and Sayori being first years. So that would make them 16, but they look like they're fucking 12. As an asexual myself, yeah, they look cute, but like, I would not be dating any of these girls whatsoever. Like, why would I want to? Even if I was still in high school, these girls are way out of my league. Except for Natsuki. Natsuki might be there, but like, might be slightly in my league. But like, Sayori, Monica, and Yuri are definitely all out of my league. They would not be talking to me whatsoever. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude of person named Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Small figure mate thinks she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who apparently appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. This is Guardian of Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Captain Yeet. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably a popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. I'm gonna be honest. In high school, I probably wouldn't have gotten along with a girl like Monica. Especially one who's most popular in her class. In the class. I would probably just be in the back on my Nintendo 2DS playing Pokemon. Playing Pokemon Moon. Because for second years, at least second years, I would definitely be just in the back on my 2DS playing Pokemon Moon. Not really caring about what's going on out in front. I don't know, I just don't see myself getting along with Monica whatsoever, in any context of the word. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Cause sit down, Captain Yeet. We made room for you at the table so you can sit down next to me and Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Y'all are allowed to make tea in the class? Well, to be fair, my theater teacher, Mr. Smith, he had a Keurig and like a portable stove. It was like an electric heater stove for like with like a thing of water that you can make tea with, or like make water for ramen. So I guess it's not completely out of the question. As the already mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica, and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsumi lifts the foil. Natsumi? I'm tired. It's like 1:30. It's like 2 in the morning. I just got off a shift. I'm tired, but I wanted to make this video before I went to bed. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. Whiskers drawn on with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Yuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I knew she would be talking with her mouth full. That's why I was just delicious. Good, remember if I can look for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I kept a note for sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Ooh, thanks, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you. Not for, you, dummy. Alright. Very tsundere. I give Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us for setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole set in the classroom. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I personally don't drink tea. It's not like there are circumstances where I won't drink tea, but like, I don't know, tea just is never that appealing to me. I don't drink coffee, I don't drink energy drinks, I don't drink tea. My main source of fluids for like quenching my thirst are milk, water, and Pepsi. That's pretty much it. I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're always just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. No, I don't, but... I really only drink tea if it's like herbal and like medicinal. If I got like a really bad cold, I might just drink some herbal tea. But that's like if. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? As I read that question, something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... It's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As friend of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand with the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Honestly, that's a good standpoint. I'll be honest. Hold on. As a kid who was a huge bookworm in high school, I can definitely see the logic behind that. Although there is some flaws in her logic throughout the game that I remember, it's some pretty sound arguments that she's bringing right here. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then no surprise there are more people in the club yet. Must have been hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start for something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that I can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Captain Yeet, what kind of things do you like to read? Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson, Lost Heroes of Olympus, Percy Olympians, Heroes of Olympus, Kane Chronicles, Magnus Chase, Trials of Apollo. That is my shit. Historical fiction is one of my all-time favorite genres of book. It still is. I have several historical fiction books on my bookshelf right now. I got like all the Percy Jackson books. I got all the Heroes of Olympus books. I got all the Magnus Chase books. All the Trials of Apollo books. I've also got. I think I've got Divergent and Hunger Games over there as well. But just like fiction, dystopian futures, I just love those kinds of books. Well, considering how little I read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuka's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Oh, I can definitely see an anime around this where they're doing this. I feel it's usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Exactly. Like, there's nothing deep and complex about New York. But, like, seriously. It just seems so awesome. Deep and complex fantasy worlds like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and Percy Jackson are always amazing. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Here goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment she walked in, but it's obvious that the way her eyes light up, that she finds the comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That's a no-go territory for me. I cannot do horror whatsoever, unless it's like funny horror. Or like a horror with an amazing story. I've only ever completed one horror-esque game in my life, and that is The Last of Us. Like, I've never been able to play another horror game since The Last of Us. But Last of Us is such a good game. It's got such a good story. It's got such a good world building. It's got some amazing characters, and it really makes you think. What if cordyceps spread? We know that what the cordyceps virus did to America, and how people were more easily able to defend for themselves with having better access to guns than most of the world. But how would countries like, say, London, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, how would they have fared against the cordyceps? Because they have stricter gun laws than we do in here in America. I genuinely want to know what that would have been like. I read a horror book once. I tried to grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this point, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Me too. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuka's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You have a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you do is just as cute as you are. Siri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Uh-huh. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Honestly, as a guy who can rarely form a coherent thought, Unless it's like one of my hyperfixations like Power Rangers, Percy Jackson, Bloons TD6, or Skyrim or Fallout. Sorry, it's just... I admire people who can make amazing poems. I really do. Because I can't do that. And I'm mad that I cannot do that. Watch a show. Something just fell off my desk. It was my Ghostbusters Afterlife copy. Ghostbusters Afterlife Blu-ray copy. If you haven't watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, watch it. It's an amazing movie. Very good homage to, very good send-off for the original Ghostbusters characters. No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The surest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerability and showing that even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea for everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, it will help us get more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Captain Yi? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? No matter to where Top could be joining the club, I've only come forth with a smile the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sari had me convinced to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have all the clips to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, Captain Yi, I'm defensive against these girls. I want us to make a clear decision with them like this. I want to see something real quick. Did the game files change whatsoever? Characters: Monica, Natsuki, Sayori, Yuri. Okay, they're all there. Oh, I'm gonna add like the file things. Over here is where the character names are. I believe over here is where the is the general game files. This is a February poems. They can spend every day with the two girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. We'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If we really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then let's make it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think for that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. And remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Captain Yeet, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really press the class I have to star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety developing up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Captain Yeet, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always there after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I be able to be happy spending every day after school with the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'm just gonna make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh god, there's a minigame. Oh god. Okay. Amazing. Holiday, imaginations, Doki. Incapable, feather, family, design, fun, clumsy, family. Whoa, that's a jump. Unaliving oneself, raindrops, lollipop, promise, flower, awesome, shiny, disaster, climax, alone. Oh, that's an Atsuki one, okay. Whisper, nature, poof, hope, pain, comfort, frightening, meager, passion, breathe, passion. Skirt, prayer, chocolate, friends, pure, fester, tragedy, agonizing, essence, or vivacious. Pure. That's also an Atsuki one. Anime. Is Tokusatsu on here? Anime. Pout, shopping, kiss, extreme, heaven spent nightgown, unrequited vitality, waterfalls. Extreme. Really. D variants, cheer, existence, grief, precious candy, hair, incongruent, summer. Summer. Okay. Vertigo, unrestrained, jumpy, sticky, hurt, spinning, vibrant, crimson, lipstick, loud. Sparkle, rain cloud, vivid, after image, kawaii, email, wrath, parfait, bubbles, sunny. Sunny. Bunny, papa, fantasy, sweet, cage, cheeks, kitty, sensation, melody, papa. Okay. Massacre, flea, insight, special, wonderful, electricity, sunset, dance, cry, lazy, dance. Contamination, cute, socks, entropy, philosophy, aura, hop, ambient, extraordinary, tenacious, extraordinary. Calm, twirl, mouse, puppy, analysis, heart, intellectual, covet, blanket, anger, blanket. Boop. Time, landscape, music, hopeless, rainbow, sugar, question, unstable, fickle, unstable, really? Dazzle, starscape, uncontrollable, disarray, effulgent, despise, whirlwind, universe, bouncy, unending, bouncy. Fear, play, inferno, marshmallow, infallible, peace, captive, judgment, dream, destiny. Destiny! Altone, desire, swimsuit, determination, rose, anxiety, charm, adventure, headphones. Peaceful, favorite, explode, defeat, broken, romance, pink, shame, excitement, excitement. Horror, party, eternity, tears, daydream, jump, melancholy, silly, disown, dark. Party. Hi, Captain Yeet. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I'm keeping my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Captain Yeet. I hope this year isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. I'm sure you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me Sarah didn't tell me you didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you seem to have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. What? I'm sorry. Natsuki finds is still stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. Hold on. Where's my manga? Where's one of my manga? I have like 5 different volumes of manga. Here's one. I'll put a picture of it on screen if I can. But I have volume 1 of Girls with Panzer, Little Army. Not Girls and Panzer, Girls und Panzer. I bought this from a bookstore years ago. Girls und Panzer is a manga about some school, I think some like schoolgirls who join a join a sporting event that's literally just tanks. They learn to drive tanks, they learn to maneuver and shoot tanks for sport. And I have the first edition of that manga. I need to watch that. So that's the video. Natsuki plants back in her seat. I've also got Night of the Ice and a couple Naruto mangas. Don't worry, guys. Captain Yi always gets his best when he's having fun. Most of me with busy work without even asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Well, I'd be a little jealous. How come? You and Captain Yi can become good friends too. Sayori. As your Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So letting that gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I'll make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I just look down. It's a copy of Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I actually have that book on me right now. I literally just reached over to my shelf and picked out a random book. And I have the actual book Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. When did this book originally come out? Hold on, I gotta look this up real quick. $1873? I've had this book since I was like 2. I gotta give this thing a read. Yeah, but I'm just imagining that Yuri just hands me Around the World in 80 Days. Look, where did he... What stops were there made that you got? Dublin, London, Paris. It looks like Rome. Suez Canal, and stopped in Aden. Bombay. Stopped in a couple places in India. Stopped in Singapore. Stopped in Hong Kong, Shanghai, then Yokohama. Went over to San Francisco. Stopped in Salt Lake City. Looks like I can make a pit stop in Cheyenne. Went to Omaha, Nebraska. Stopped in Chicago. That is not where Chicago is on that map. And that is not where New York City is on that map. And then okay. I gotta give this book a read one day. I haven't read that book since I was like 5. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayora and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for its chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts her stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes onto across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things you can't admit you read until you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written out on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. I don't know if you can see my face. But that I seriously doubt that you can see my face. I'm wearing a mask, for crying out loud. Natsuki, are you saying you have X-ray vision or some shit? If so, please don't look down at my pants. There's a lone volume manga amidst a stack of various books on the one side of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, tell me about it! There's a time when I misplaced my copy of the Titan's Curse amid the rest of my book, Percy Jackson books, and and I couldn't find it until I realized I had left it in my backpack. Like, I turned up my room looking for that book, only to find it in my backpack. I know that feel. Gotta get closer to look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I never heard of in my life. The problem means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're not judged, you can do it through the glass on the door. She points to the glass and door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Captain Eat. Consider the lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the books right into my hands. I stare at the cover, which is 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Why does it sound like a book I read, like a manga I read in high school? When I was in high school, I practically read the high school's entire manga section. I know I read a book similar to Parfait Girls. Similar to Parfait Girls growing up. What was it called? Oh, it's gonna bug me for the rest of my life now. It's exceedingly I'll just stand there. And so grab my arms and pulls me out of the closet. Then just takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her and signals me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read the same thing like that. Well, why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it. Excuse me? She crosses her arms and scooches away from me. Sorry, I I didn't expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space that she hopes I wouldn't notice. I feel it peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk about it at the same time. It's not like it looks like a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I read at least, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough for make up for lack of plot. Exactly, that's what I've been saying! Slice of life as a concept, pretty interesting. You get to see some really wacky things happen in slice of life animes and mangas. Because they're supposed to be slice of life. They're not supposed to be like magical thrillers or like isekais or like video game art adventures. It's supposed to be just that, just a slice of someone's life that they're living. But like I've said before, but I've said this before and I'll say it again, just like it's pointing out here, it's kind of hard for it to get like super into slice of life anime for me, because a lot of the writing because it's hard for the writing to make up for a lack of a plot. Like most plots are pretty much straightforward. Like, oh, this character's trying to survive. Something weird happens to them in school. Say like they join a club that they normally wouldn't join, and they go from there. But that's pretty much the only plot to it. It's hard to keep up with those. As opposed to, for me personally, shows like Fudo PI, which is the anime sequel to Kamen Rider W. If you don't know what Kamen Rider is, think Power Rangers, but Japan. And it's like one guy instead of all team. I'm pretty sure they tried to make a Kamen Rider show for America. Kamen Rider Dragonite is what it was called. But the show never really took off. It's kind of like VR Troopers in that sense. I don't even know if people know VR Troopers anymore. It's 2022. VR Troopers came out a long time ago. Oh god, I'm old. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is just about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into the backstories, when some romance starts to happen, that's really what makes it good. So I never really got romance in animes, because some of the romance in anime and manga felt so disingenuine. Of course, there are exceptions when the romance actually feels genuine and you can see the relationship kind of form. My favorite kind of form of romance blooming in like any form of media is they hate each other's guts and then they slowly start to fall in love with them the more they hang out and all that. Now, a good example of that is Annabeth and Percy's relationship in the Percy Jackson series. Annabeth, who is the daughter of Athena, doesn't really get along with anyone related to Poseidon. Well, Athena's sworn enemy, even though Athena's Poseidon's niece. Regardless, they butt heads a lot at the beginning of the first book. But by the end of the series, they end up getting into a very committed relationship with each other. Which, honestly, that was a really good way of Rick Riordan making that work. Enemies to lovers. My favorite romance trope of all time. So many touching parts. Huh, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait, what's that supposed to mean? Ah! Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant I haven't seen you at your full. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, let's take a pause for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. You just happened to get into baking around the same time you got this manga, huh? Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. To be fair, I got into Greek mythology really hard after I read Percy Jackson. Like, I'm not kidding. I read in every library I went to. I read everything I could about Greek mythology. I even have a huge book that has every single Greek myth in it. And it also has an introduction by Rick Riordan. Let's go find it. God, how many pages are in this book? Alright, where's the instruction by Rick Riordan? There we go. Okay, I'll have to do a reading of this book on the TikTok stream one day. Where was I reading? What was that? What myth was I on at the time? What myth was I on? Oh, Story of Daedalus and Talos. Oh, God. Seriously, how many pages are in this book? Like, officially. 793. God damn! But no, seriously, I know what you're saying, Natsuki. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Well, fuck you then, Natsuki. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick from a manga, it's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Am I sure this is boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I was get excited when I convinced many of my friends to pick up series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? You don't share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. If I could ever get my friends in to read this. They think manga is for kids. Wait, manga is not for kids. Have you read Berserk? That shit is not for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? I guess I'm gonna punch them in the face. I would too. I would physically throw a right hook at someone who says that Percy Jackson is for kids. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes all the effort. It takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I've gravitated towards other losers over time. It's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? Listen here, you little shit. I am over 1,000 years old. I will shove you into a black hole if I want to. Don't you dare ever call me a loser ever again. I mean, I feel like I can keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. You have to stay here in the club room. Except Monica was a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like this solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her fingers on one of the panels. Minori is one of my favorite characters. You always feel a little bad for her, since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossiness. But she's not used to sharing from manga with her friends. I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when you're connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Huh? Are you ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Huh? Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She actually slides herself a good 12 inches from it. Alright. Guess we'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever for you to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. I feel the pain. I once lent a copy of I think it was... I think I lent... What was it? Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. I lent my copy of The Lost Hero to a friend once, and he bent one of the pages... He bent one of the pages halfway down in like a triangle to where it was like almost completely like covered. It was like an almost complete triangle, and I lost it when he gave it back. I was like, "You don't crease the corners. I will kill you if you crease these corners one more time." That is a threat. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows to try to get through this. But I suppose it's necessary sacrifice in seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or I'm more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it. Alright then. I stand up and return to where my stuff and carefully slip the book in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled leaf torn from the spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I'll start with Sayori, make our way down. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. This is a good poem, Captain. I share this first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me that you're really part of the club now. Not to mention that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Just like I said before, Captain Yeet, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason to join. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be a way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like I missed you. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making it rather sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out to play? Are you trusting me to rush the rain away? Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wash away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. You really fell off at the end there. I'll be honest. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can answer just a little bit to a no, yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It just came out nice. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright, Natsuki. Okay, well those are the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki reviews my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this poem when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I mind when I'm writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. But you're supposed to show me a dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing to the world that you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I must say that mostly to myself. I think I must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Because Monica will make me do if I don't. Eagles can fly. Oh, they all have individual themes for their poems. Interesting. Crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Oh, I like that. I mean, we can fly, we can leap, we can race, we can seek, we can run, but we can't fly. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why is everyone pissed that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Have you seen a senior in high school's paper when they've stopped giving a fuck? It looks exactly like who you just wrote. I would know I was that senior. But isn't the point of the poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everything around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I said it for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on its purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Well, I guess more went than realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Yuri. Yuri shares the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. I want to see something real quick. Did the files change at all? That's a no. Okay. It's fine. Don't flirt yourself. Flirt yourself? Don't force yourself. Like I said, it is 2:45 in the morning. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess I might be up to reading through this. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Might take a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What are you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize as new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. Then result is the style and expressiveness are weakened. I never thought of it that way. She's right. Hell, I do that whenever I try writing. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammer is almost completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice. I'm learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsu can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? The tendrils of my hair, it goes from the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing? It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. That's a semicolon. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I hate reading cursive so much. I hate cursive so much. It's even worse that it's like almost 3 a.m. and I'm having trying to read cursive. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Sorry. If I laugh too hard, I start coughing like that, and I don't like that. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Okay, style-wise, cursive looks amazing. Writing-wise, reading-wise, I hate reading cursive with a passion. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Captain Eat. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only get insight over it after all. But I remember that poets often express their own feelings and experiences in their work. It's usually more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the ghost is being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it in that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I also have to keep it trying. I'm counting on you. Now, it's just Monica. Hi, Captain. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to think things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Captain Yeet. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Monica, my poem. I like Captain Yeet. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. I was gonna go for something more for Sayori, but if you think Natsuki, I don't know. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yeah. Any chance have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Well, I gotta look that up. I want to see if that's an actual writer. Hold on. Shel Silverstein. Actual person. Born in Chicago in 1930, died in 1999. That's a good 69-year life. American poet, writer, cartoonist, songwriter, and playwright. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, Silverstein briefly attended the university before being drafted in the United States Army. Oh, God. Oh, he wrote The Giving Tree. A Light in the Attic, The Missing Piece, The Missing Piece Meets the Big O, Running Rabbit. He wrote a lot of stuff. He wrote Oh Hell, oh God. Sorry, I just had to look that up real quick. Maybe a long time ago. Sam was telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad, but sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express the views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. I sound pretty confident if someone claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the same way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh god, it's a long one. Oh god, okay. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A nosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched from a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. Or at least now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. I don't get it. The only thing that pops into my mind is, on the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? So, what do you think? Reminds me of Dear Evan Hansen. It's very freeform, if that's what you're calling. Sorry, I'm not really the right person for to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk to you about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain is too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up for later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep a pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Whew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I can watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow and frustrating. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? You just completely miss symbolism or something? Clearly it's about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It just meant language, I guess. I was trying to do something nice. Huh? You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. Those are suggestions. What about someone who actually liked it? Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Captain Yi did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give some of my suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Captain Yi liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh no. Drama in the literature club. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. no. That's not what I... You just... Yuri spins up as well. You're just jealous that Captain Yeet appreciates my advice more than you appreciated yours. Huh? I didn't appreciate my advice more. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who... Excuse me? I beg your fucking pardon, Natsuki. What is happening? Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both grow torn towards me as if they just noticed I was suddenly standing there. Captain, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she'd get over herself a little, learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Make sure to jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain to her, Captain Yeet. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meet the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only not necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Captain Yeet? Well, I think I tried this in the first place. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Sayori, help me! Natsuki. You glares at me, trying up on words once. That I turn to your... By Yuri's expression, so defensive I can't remember myself to say anything. Sayori? Eh? Yeah, everyone's fighting and it's making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know how can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Captain Yeet. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their feelings into another conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri that stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. Yuri's breasts are the same as they've always been. Big and beautiful. What the fuck? What is this story turned into? What have I gotten myself into? Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. Make some tea. Yuri wishes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader so that I can organize things. I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, it's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't it? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take care of her, okay? I hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly and causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If I could only get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How'd you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Yeah, Natsuki, you kind of went off the hook a little bit. Kinda neat, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about everyone. Talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those who I want to impress. Captain Neat, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. This is really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Captain, it's nice that you get to spend some time with Dune Club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everybody really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sherry still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice. Does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, and that is where we're going to leave off for today. That was interesting, to say the least. I went on a lot of tangents there, and honestly, I don't blame myself. I can get carried away sometimes. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of this, definitely leave a like. Let me know down in the comments. I would definitely love to hear more input from you guys. For now, it's Captain Eutychus signing off. See y'all later.